Hey, good morning, Scapers. This video is made to be watched or listened to. I'm going to be going through and highlighting everything that's coming in the week ahead for RuneScape. Let's get into it. They're titling this one Quest Fixes and Runefest Merch Update, and looking at the week ahead. So this week we're going to do something a little different. We're going to start with the in-game calendar. There's a couple ways to get there. I just want to highlight it. A lot of people don't use this feature, but if you click on the little compass, typically in the bottom right or on your settings screen, it's going to open up the adventure tab. The adventure tab is what holds the in-game calendar, as well as many other things you're probably used to, like quests or the beast tab to look at your boss drops. It always starts off by highlighting the main announcement. This week is quest fixes and golden bundles. And this is one reason why I like looking at the in-game calendar, is on the website it actually says Runefest merch. So there are some differences between the in-game calendar and the website. It's also highlighting the Shifting Sands event that is still going on, where you can collect sand to unlock the 110 rune crafting outfit. Not officially, but it's a rune crafting outfit. It'll also highlight the treasure hunter promos that are currently available. So if you're trying to get a specific item, you know when they start and end. It'll also highlight the live streams. And the really cool thing with this is it actually links you straight to Twitch. So if you want to tune into this, they're doing a live stream on Monday at 1700 game time. They're also doing another one on Thursday at 1700 game time. And again, bottom right links you straight to Twitch, makes it super easy so you can keep AFKing. Next, it highlights all of the events day by day. And we're going to go through this kind of rapid fire, but I'm going to highlight the ones that I think are really important to tune into. So right off the bat, we've got Stealing Creation at 0:30 on Monday. That one's going to be non-combat specifically. And then we go into a Corporal Beast Boss Mass. That's going to be at 1900, World 123. We got a Mazcab raid where you can improve your skills with the RuneScape Discord Legionary team. That one's going to be on World 45 at 2200 game time. We then roll into a Skill and Chill with the Little Tuzzies clan at 2300 game time. And we're going to end off the day at 2 game time in Fort Firenthry on World 116 for a Skill and Chill with the Aranwin clan. Rolling into Tuesday, it's a pretty light day. We only got Penguin Hide and Seek. That's going to be with the Achievement Help Discord. Another thing to highlight with the in-game calendar is a lot of times it'll actually reference the friends chat or group in the bottom right. So you can just hit that button, join the friends chat, and you're off to the races. Penguin Hide and Seek, it's going to be at 7 game time, World 60. And we're going to roll into Wednesday, which is going to be a Greg Boss Mass, World 35 at 12 game time. We got a Croesus Learner event by Achievement Help at 1800 game time. And then at 20 game time, we got another Penguin Tour, and that's going to wrap up Wednesday. We're then going to go into Thursday, where there's going to be a Dungeoneering team forming at 1815 game time. And then the Skill and Chill, which is going to be at 1900 game time on World 252. And then we're going to do Beastmaster Durzag or BM speed runs at 20 game time on World 63. Even if you're not wanting to join the kills, you can absolutely join the Discord. Come chat with us. We're going to be doing some speed runs, and it's a great way just to get some familiarity with the boss if you want to. And later in the week, we'll talk about it in a second, there is actually learner hours as well for this. Rolling into Friday, we got Soul Wars, which has some rules. They didn't really highlight it though, so join the friends chat. Make sure to ask. At 2030 game time, World 45. Next, Angel of Death Boss Mass on World 66 at 1 game time. We then have the Archglacior Mass at 1700 game time on World 35. And then Friday at 18 game time, World 39, they're doing a Mega Duck run. If you don't have that pet, it's a fantastic time to go get the Mega Duck pet. It's a really fun, technically it's a boss pet, but super fun event. We have another Next Angel of Death Boss Mass that's going to be on World 88 at 20 game time. And then we also have that Mazcab raids, which this will be BM and Yakamaru. This is going to be to learn roles. That's going to be on World 63 at 2015 game time. We then have Stealing Creation. This one is specifically set for non-combat. That's going to be on World 99 at 2100 game time. We then have a Virago Learner event at 2130 game time on World 76. And that is going to wrap up our Friday. So moving into Saturday, we've got Group Achievement Completion. This one's super nice. If you're trying to get achievements done specifically for mini games that require a large group, that is what this event is for. It's on Saturday at 1800 game time, World 76. You don't want to miss that one. Rolling into next Angel of Death boss mass, that's going to be World 88 at 20 game time. And then we have Stealing Creation, also non-combat, 2100 game time, World 99. Last day of the week, we're rolling into Sunday. We kicking it off strong with the next Angel of Death boss mass, World 46, 1900 game time. Penguin Hide and Seek, 1915 game time. So you're going to have to kind of choose which ones you want to go to. But that's going to be World 60. They're going to do a penguin run. A regular next boss mass is going to be at 20 game time, World 88. And then there is a Mazcab learner raids. This is going to be kind of that next tier of trying to learn roles and stuff with raids. That's going to be on World 71 at 1700 game time. And then we wrap up the day with Hellweir boss mass. That one's going to be a large group mass, World 10 at 1800 game time. And that is going to wrap up our week. So let's head over to the patch notes and dig into those. So it looks like for March 24th, we got quest fixes and Runefest merch update. Looking at the week ahead for RuneScape, as always, the artwork is amazing. Quest quality of life and some last chances to get your hands on Runefest merch. When not working on the upcoming Desert Quest, Mod Shrike has been diligently addressing players' submitted quest feedback, from fixing inconsistencies to refining dialogue and improving narrative flow. They've done a fantastic job, even ensuring that spoilers stay hidden from players who haven't reached key moments in their adventure. This week, we're rolling out several quest improvements, all inspired by direct player feedback. If you've ever spotted something that could use a little polish, perhaps a werewolf appearing before it should, head over to the official Discord and share your thoughts in the Lore Raise feedback channel. And I'll have that link down below in the description. Let's get into it though. Quest quality of life. The Journal of Fel Arneson, first read out at the Runefest 2018, has been added as a drop from the Archgleesor in the Elder God Wars dungeon, along with an associated Master Questcape achievement. The Lorehound bonus does apply. So that's a huge call out right there. I don't know if you know, but if you have the Lorehound pet or you have quest points that you haven't allocated, you can go south of Varrock, I want to say. South of Varrock is the quest caravan, Maze quest caravan specifically, and you can unlock items there, and one of them being the Lorehound, and that'll actually help you get quest related or lore related items, similar to like journals or books that you need from boss drops. And the Lorehound will actually increase your chance of getting those. So that's a super good call out, and I love that they added it to the patch notes. The Aged Journal found in the Demonheim dig site has been added to the Master Questcape and player-owned house bookshelf. I wonder what the Aged Journal's for. Let's see if we can find it. Okay, it's part of the Demonheim dig site. They called that out. Oh, it's required for the player to be eligible to receive pieces of the Hypno Wand. Interesting. So I wonder what the benefit is, because if you already have it, I'm pretty sure you have to read it for it to even be added. So I wonder what the benefit of that is. Rebuilding Edgeville is now started by speaking to Vanica in Edgeville rather than Mandrith in the Deep Wilderness. That's a good change. Just saves you some running. The trap entrance to the prison in Fort Firentre now appears as non-interactable scenery prior to the Battle of Fort Firentre. Some good little lore touch up, because you need to go into the prison during the quest. But if you haven't built the entire fort, that shouldn't be an item that you can interact with. Ixthalrin now only appears at the ruined duel arena when players are eligible to start Eye of Het 1. The Blessing of Het archaeology relic now shows the correct unlock level. The human and werewolf guards in Paterdomus basement now only appear after you've finished River of Blood. Bianca's grave appears in the main game world after the relevant scene in Ancient Awakening. The quest start points for Desperate Times and Desperate Measures has been clarified in the quest UI. Several misspellings of Arellunger has been corrected. Minor dialogue tweaks in Merlin's Crystal to make the Lady of the Lake simpler to find. Minor dialogue tweaks in the Temple of Sentistan to clarify who hired the assassin in Devious Minds. The trapdoor entrance to the prison in Fort Firentre now appears as non-interactable. Do they duplicate this? Hold on. All right, that's a typo. They have this highlighted twice. That's funny. Dialogue tweaks to Tree Gnome Village, Ghost Ahoy, and minor tweaks to Sir Tiffy in a Void Dance. The visual effects have been added to Masterwork staff, fixed an issue that caused Araxxi to die immediately upon spawning. Oh no. Did they link the video? They did. So there used to be a way that if you timed your invoke death with necromancy specifically correctly, you could instantly kill Araxxi once you jumped to phase 4, which is the final platform. Pup and Finah definitely created a whole video of how to replicate the issue, and it looks like they officially patched it. Now, I would say I didn't find this one necessarily game breaking, just because it was very niche that you set it up, and you had to be extremely diligent about getting it to proc accurately. I would say almost always you would not run into this in a normal kill. There was a couple times I'd accidentally made it happen and I had no idea what I did, but Pup and Finah definitely went through and slowed it all down, recorded it, and figured out the problem. So although it was super cool when you occasionally killed Araxxi right off the bat, this is a super good quality of life update. So it's well, not quality of life. Excuse me. Integrity wise, this is how it should be. Players can now toggle messages they see regarding combat achievement progress, failures, and eligibility, even if they have already completed the achievement. Oh, this is huge. Within settings, gameplay, notifications, content updates, achievement failure, progress, and eligibility message, you can set your preferences. We're definitely going to go in because we've been doing a lot of Golden Daredevil runs. And it's really hard to know once you've done a Golden Daredevil kill or Virago or Solak and you're trying to go for perfect or unorthodox, it's very difficult to know if you've done it correctly until the very end of the kill. I'm super excited to see that they added this pretty early and they didn't wait a really long time to add this, because that is super helpful. The collection log will now correctly list all obtained items for free-to-play players for both free-to-play and members-only bosses. I wonder if it's like a way to toggle. If you're free-to-play, you could see the items that you can get from a boss. In the situation that a boss drops free-to-play items and members items, there's a way that it highlights the free-to-play items so you know what you can get. I suppose this is healthy because it makes it to where you don't have to go to the wiki, even though I would highly advocate looking at the wiki. I believe this is a quality of life update that just makes it so that you don't have to go to the wiki. Added messaging to explain why the player is not awarded XP during Way of the Wizard if Arion deals more than 50% damage to the abomination and the player is on an Iron Man account. Resolved an issue where the destroyed hatchet or pickaxe appears in the woodcutting / mining animation. I'm also really glad they added this merch update. It is the last chance to order Runefest 2025 merch and the U2's figures. It is available until March 31st. And this is a big thing. If you guys weren't at Runefest, the merch line was insane. It literally wrapped around the venue hall. I waited until about 3/4 of the way through the first day, and when I got in line, almost every single item was sold out. So this is super huge to be able to get your Runefest merch. One of the cool things is the skill chips, the Runefest hoodies, and the Runefest shirts. You have to have a Runefest ticket booking reference number. You must have that in order to get merch. If you did attend Runefest and you wanted these items, make sure to tune in. You only have about a week to order this merch. The one really cool thing is that the 10th anniversary Runefest t-shirts and some of the new lines, they got Commander Ziliana, General Grador, Vorkath. My favorite is definitely Zuck, of course. They have a lot of sizes available. Those are open to everyone. You do not need a Runefest ticket booking number to order some of the regular tees, and that's going to be on the generalized merch store. And that's in addition to multiple hats, mugs, cookbooks, socks. You definitely got to pick up your socks. I mean, let's be honest. If you guys watched Runefest, if you don't order socks, I don't know what we're doing. So definitely pick up your pair of socks. They have multiple different skills. I'm hoping they increase the skill sock line. They're definitely, I'll preface, the socks are not the highest quality, but it is super fun to be running around. And you can kind of see it in the photo here. I don't know if I can highlight it. On the bottom of the socks, it says 99 divided by 2 equals 92. So that's super funny. They also have U2's figures and plushies. These were super cute. I actually don't see the one that I really liked highlighted here, but there was a three-headed, well, I guess it's always three-headed, King Black Dragon plushie. That one was super awesome. I don't know if that's on the actual merch site, but definitely go and check that out. It looks like they are now dropping a new cosmetic bundle. A golden trio of new cosmetic bundles dropped today in Runescape. I'm guessing these are like the Platinum Torva, Platinum Virtus. I mean, that already, yeah. All right, let's see. These are only for money. All right, so you're dropping money no matter what. So looks like you can get golden dragon wing scimitars, golden offhands. Oh, you get a lot of knowledge bombs. Okay, I was about to rip this bundle apart. However, you get all of this which is cool. I mean, cosmetics are cool. It's not worth $50, but if you're a skiller and you need XP and you're really pushing for it, 15 knowledge bombs. That doubles your XP for 15 hours. That is worth a lot of money. That is a ton of XP that you can get. Definitely, yeah, that's hard. 6 knowledge bombs, 2 knowledge bombs. As much as I absolutely want to say no, 15 knowledge bombs. Okay, it is not as good as I thought it was. That's only equivalent to 7.5 hours of double XP, which is still a lot, but it's not as much as I thought it was going to be. Yeah, I don't know. Not super stoked about those. And you'll get a golden cosmetic token that can be used to unlock one of the golden cosmetics. Golden War Priest of Zamorak. It looks like all the God Wars Dungeon 1 subjugation. It looks like all the Barrows Brothers armors and God Wars Dungeon 1 armors you can get in a golden outfit. Interesting. The next item for Treasure Hunter is Vault of Gemstones, starting on March 27th, ending March 31st. So that'll be ending next Monday. A new vault is opening its doors. The Vault of Gemstones comes stocked with brand new gemstone circlets. Collect all 3. Unlock the exclusive Moonstone circlet. And then chat log looks like we got March 24th, a JMod community stream. They're going to be doing some dungeoneering. This one with Mod Yui, UPRS, and Kemi are going to be walking him through it. And then on March 27th, they're doing a community stream where they're doing stealing creation. And I'm guessing that's going to be hosted by, they don't say, the help of Lady Spyra. I want to say she is with Fast SC. And then one of the coolest parts of the patch notes is the community showcase. Poignant piece by ACPL for the Summer's End quest. That is just crazy. We get some IRL 3D printed siege engine that they went through and printed and painted. That's super awesome. And then Runetube, we got Wings of Absurdity showcasing some spiffy and elegant looks. And then Iron Araxxor is dropping episode 7. So this is actually highlighting episode 6, but number 7 just dropped 2 days ago, I believe. If you have not watched it, definitely go to Iron Araxxor's channel. I'll have it linked down below as well. Definitely something you're going to want to watch. I'll link all of these videos as well. Make sure you check both of them out. And then Scaper screenshots. Jay Sindab taking a load off in the sweltering desert heat. He's taking a load off, but he's sitting right next to a fire, so I don't know if that's going to help with the heat. And then Boss Geralt just hanging out with some questionable friends. The Rex Matriarchs. Community spotlight for this week is Screenyscape. There's specifically a community for everyone who loves to take screenshots in the world of Gielinor. They're going to be hosting an event on Saturday, March 29th at 20 game time. It's going to be at the Lost Grove on World 119, so definitely don't miss that. You will need to use fairy rings for this event, so that's a great call out. All right, and that is the end of our patch notes for this week. I appreciate you tuning in. I hope everyone has a wonderful week in RuneScape. If you have any questions, just reach out. My name is Bro Brandon in game, and I hope everyone has a good week. All right, bye.